Hey guys, the Explorer 4 here, the Horror Boy. Welcome back to some more requested reviews. And of course, today's requested review is by my good friend Ayden Varvera. He requested for me to review the 2000's Dead trilogy, which of course is Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, and Survival of the Dead. And today's review is going to be on Land of the Dead. Now, once again, I want to thank Ayden Varvera for this request. I really appreciate all the support. It means a lot, and I want to thank him for that. I'll also be leaving a link to his channel in the description below. Thanks so much, man. Hope you enjoyed the review. But today's review is going to be on Land of the Dead from 2005. Now, this is a double pack with Dawn of the Dead, the remake, which has the uncut versions of both movies. Also has a slew of features for each film. So that's my copy, Land of the Dead, right there. And Land of the Dead, I've always had fun with this movie. I've always enjoyed it. I've always gotten into it. And it's really interesting because of this movie. There seems to be a split with this movie amongst fans. There's a portion that seems to enjoy this movie, and there's another portion that seems to not like this movie too much. It's very split reaction. And I always found it very interesting with that factor. I've always enjoyed this movie. I've always had a lot of fun with it. Thought it was a fast-paced, zombie mayhem, gory as hell type movie with a great cast. I mean, there's a lot of good things in this movie. Is there a few issues? Yes, here and there, but doesn't ruin the movie for me. I really enjoy Land of the Dead. It's the story is basically you have this city out in the middle of this lake that's been cut off from the rest of society. It's been to where zombies can't get to it anymore. And there are survivors in this city. And it's basically broken up into the rich and poor. The rich get the fancy malls, the good clothes, the, hotels, the good view. And the poor people are on the streets, homeless and cold and protesting against the rich. And you have Dennis Hopper playing the main bad guy, the main villain. And basically our survivors, they're going out to get some food for the poor, kind of going out looking for supplies, taking out zombies, making sure there's no danger. And when they're out one time, they realize the zombies are getting smarter. They begin to hold weapons. There's this main zombie. I think the character's name is Big Daddy, who is the main head zombie that controls the rest of the zombies. And they can kind of communicate. They used to have a way to distract them with like fireworks, but now it doesn't work anymore. The zombies they're getting more aggressive. They're getting more smart. And the zombies go to the city. And our lead characters have a limited time to get to the city to help save these people from getting killed by the zombies. And it's a great story. I think it's a very straightforward script that, to me, is well written by George Romero. He really fleshes out these characters. And that's one thing he's great at doing. And George Romero, rest in peace to him, and also rest in peace to Dennis Hopper, two legends. But George Romero has always been great at writing unique characters and giving them personalities and making them stand out from each other. So the characters I thought were really well written in this movie. I also think the script to this movie is just, in general, really well written. But I also think that the cast in this movie is really good. You've got John, I can never say his last name, but he's He was in Super Mario Brothers. He was in Ice Age. He was in Gamer. He was in John Wick. He was in The Happening. He's been in so many movies. I'm gonna try and say his last name. I'm so sorry. I've never been able to say his last name. John Leguizamo. Yeah, I don't know why I can never say his last name, but he's a great actor. One of my favorite actors of all time. He's really good. You've also got Asia Argento, Simon Baker, and then you've also got Robert Joy playing Charlie. And they're a great group of characters. They all have some decent acting that to me wasn't bad. They all have good chemistry together. Each one of them has their own characteristics that I enjoy. Like Asia Argento's this tough, chick who fights zombies and stuff like that, and the main character, the lead guy, was a good lead. You got great villains as well. There's a lot of good things in this movie. I mean, the practical effects that are there are really impressive, and they're brutal as hell. A lot of just classic scenes of, zombies ripping people to pieces. There's a scene where a girl has like a piercing in her belly button, and a zombie rips it out. It's a really brutal scene. The special makeup effects in this movie look really, really solid. And there's also a lot of cool elements to the story that I enjoyed, like the idea of the rich and poor in this city. I thought it was told extremely well. And it worked so good because of the dialogue, because of the characters. You felt bad for the poor people. They're on the streets. It's very cold. They're starving. The rich people, they're getting all the fancy stuff, while the poor people are just given nothing but scraps. It was a really well done story, and it was cool to see, the rich people living all high and mighty, they get attacked by these zombies, and the villains get attacked by these zombies, and it was just like, it was a really well done story that I thought was different and unique and original. I had never seen another zombie movie that's done that before. So that was really well done. The night sequences are very atmospheric. They look good. They're filmed very well. This is one of the more bigger budgeted George Romero movies. This is one of the biggest budgets you had to work with, and you can definitely tell it broadened the world up in this movie. Gave it a very good atmosphere. Just the fog. And there's also just some great shots. Like this shot right here, I think is one of the best shots in zombie movie history, where zombies are rising out of the water. And I like how in this movie they're not just all nameless, faceless zombies. They all have characteristics that make them stand out. So they even gave the personalities to the zombies that made them look unique. And you can go like, oh yeah, there's the Big Daddy zombie, there's the cheerleader zombie, there's the butcher zombie. There's the band playing like trombone and stuff like that. They gave them different things and characteristics. I like that. Let's see here. I also enjoyed the fact that it was a city in this movie. I believe it was called Fiddler's Green, was the city in this movie. But I thought it was a great upgrade because in Night of the Living Dead, you had the house. Dawn of the Dead, you had the mall. Day of the Dead, you had the underground base. And this is a great step up from that. It's a city that's been cut off from the rest of the world. It looked great. It was shot well. It was a pretty cool bump up as far as upgrading from Day of the Dead. And just a lot of the elements of the story I really enjoyed. The villains. It's a very short movie, very fast paced. It's a lot of fun to me. If I had any issues, it'd probably be there is a lot of noticeable CGI and it looks really dated. I will say that. I'll be honest. The CGI that is there. If it was just maybe like it. The CGI looks pretty bad. I can't lie. It's not a whole lot of CGI, but when you do see certain shots of CGI, it just doesn't look very good. It does look pretty aged. So that's a problem. It is a short movie, but there is like a point where the story kind of halts towards the end of the movie, where they got to figure out how to get back to the city and save these people. It was meant to be suspenseful, but to me it kind of halts right there and does get a little slower right there. I can't really think of any other problems, though. I mean, I think it's a really fun movie. This review probably isn't too long, but it's a very fun, entertaining movie that I think is a really solid zombie movie with some great stuff in it. The gore looks good. The zombies have their own characteristics. I like how they made the zombies get smarter and use weapons and even guns at certain points. I guess another problem that I could say is the music. There's not much to the music. Like the music in the first 3 Dead movies were just really awesome, whereas here the music really isn't much. I was trying to think. Another positive I do want to say is that there's a lot of cameos in this movie, and it's a very self-aware zombie movie. It's a zombie movie for zombie fans. Like, it knows what you came to see. Gore, blood, mayhem. But you also got some cool cameos by Tom Savini. You've got the guys from Shaun of the Dead in there making cameos. You got Asia Argento, one of the starring roles. You got Dennis Hopper in there, starring role. And the other cameos you see throughout are just really fun. And you go, oh, that's a recognizable face. There's somebody I know. You know, it was cool seeing that. But overall, I'd give it probably a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed Land of the Dead a lot. Ayden, I want to say thank you for requesting these movies. I'll get to the other ones eventually. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Ayden, hope you enjoyed the video. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching the review. See you guys later. Explorer 4 is out. Peace.